Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thunderbird Radio. Today, instead of announcements, we have something new developed by two of our cadets at the school, Alexis Workman and Amaya Brown. As you can tell from the title of this episode, they are going to be going by the name Brown and Workman Shenanigans. This will be the very first true podcast episode of this year. I hope you enjoy it. Now on with the show.
Brown
and Workman
Shenanigans. In this episode, here are the top 10 ways to stay on top of schoolwork. Recently, we've had to help our peers with the classwork that they should have been able to do on their own. The work isn't hard, however, it is difficult to keep up with.
Here are our personal top 10 ways to stay on task with your assignments, especially if you have extra activities.
Firstly, make sure you have a scheduled time to do the assignments. Set a time frame. It could be 20 minutes to an hour, recommended, of course. It is up to you for how often you maintain the work time period. During this time, set aside your phone and focus on the assignments. Me personally, my phone is a huge distraction. I always want to check out TikTok or Snapchat, and it's really, really bad for me.
Yeah. Checking your notifications while you're working on homework can be a huge struggle, especially if you have a lot to do, or even just a little bit, because you just are so tempted to just be so connected with all of your friends and whatever social media you got, but sometimes it's good to just put it away. So my next tip here is to do your assignments with friends, especially if you have classes together. It can be with one friend or a group of friends. Share your questions and answers with each other. This is a great way to socialize with your friends, get second opinions on questions, and make sure that everybody is on the same page with the assignment.
Exactly. So with me and my friend group, we always go to the park in my car and we just do our assignments. We always work together, make sure everyone's on the same page, make sure we're all getting similar answers. And it's really, really good. It also helps you with your social skills. So, next point, take breaks between the assignments or the classes. The tomato method is one of the best ways to do that. Tomato method, if you don't know, is where you spend 25 minutes working straight. You're just locked in. Then, after 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute rest period. After 4 intervals or 4 times of doing that, you could take a 15 to 30-minute break. That could be going to eat, watching your favorite TV show, one episode, of course, and TikTok or your social medias.
It's an excellent method, and personally, I know that it's really hard, especially with kids who get burnout quite easily, that this is a great way to make sure that you're combating that and you're able to basically drive it away and get your work done. So the next point that we'll be talking about is setting small goals for yourself and work them up. It could be as simple as one assignment per 20 minutes. Setting goals for yourself is a great way to motivate yourself, even if you may not want to. You can focus on a class per study period, as a subject per period, or a point worth period. Basically, where you just want to get all these tiny goals, and once you're done with them, you're going to get closer to your bigger goal, which I hope for everybody is a 4.0 GPA.
Or even a 3.5, which is honestly really, really good. Even if it's not a 4.0, you're still getting that really good score and GPA. Nextly, organize your classes with priority. Then prioritize the assignment's point worth. Always focus on your core classes. Always. Those are the reasons why you graduate. If you don't know, your core classes is English, science, math, and social studies. Once you prioritize those classes, look at the assignment's point worth. The bigger points will bring your grade up faster compared to the lower points. For example, if you have doctor's class, he assigns IXLs. It's easier to get those bigger point worth essays, like the essay or any type of paragraphs he assigns, compared to those small point IXLs if you want your grade up faster.
It is really just a simple way of making sure that you can just raise up your grade faster and also just getting a big thing out of your way before you work on the smaller stuff. So, going on to our next point, if you are in a sport, do your work before the sport. Communicate with your coaches. You are a student athlete, not a professional athlete. It goes the same with clubs and team times. You are still a student and your grades matter more. Regardless, the adult will understand. So it's just really important for you guys to just... Sometimes it's not worth it going to a team time if you have all Fs. So you just gotta prioritize what's more important.
Especially if you work. I know us high school students, we have work. Communicate with your managers. They will understand, I promise. They want you to better yourself and better your education compared to work. I know the money sounds good. However, if you graduate, that's more moolah for you. My next point, don't procrastinate. The worst thing anyone can do is procrastinate. Holding off your work will only prove to worsen your mental cognitive skills, and the work will only pile up. There's no benefit to procrastination. It'll just work against you, aka karma. So how can you battle procrastination? From sources across the web, there are several techniques that you can utilize to ensure your success. Eliminating distractions, like your phone, giving yourself rewards, and breaking the tasks down into smaller pieces can help you pace yourself into getting your work done. It all just depends on you being able to sit down, lock in, and get it done. I know with people with ADHD, like myself, it is really hard to do. However, if you just focus, I promise you'll get it done.
Especially with the promise of incentives. So when there's a reward, there's a way. So going on to our next point, create a calendar or a planner for your different classes. When you write down in the planner, you are more likely to remember your goals. Setting reminders can also remind you of assignments and their due dates, as well as creating a time slot where you can manage your workload.
I know in almost every single phone, there is a reminder app, or there's the notes app. If you do that, you're more likely to remember your stuff and when the assignments are due than if you just tell yourself in your head, because honestly, everyone forgets. Especially with having 10 classes, you're going to forget. My next point, reward yourself with every class you finish. Create a reward system for yourself. For every class you finish, give yourself something in return. For me personally, after every class I finish, I get 30 minutes to go on my phone. Or I get to go do something with my friends for 30-ish minutes. And then after, I go back to my assignment and I just get her done.
It's an excellent method of just being able to really motivate yourself into doing your assignments, because I know that motivation is a huge thing to even be able to sit down and even think about doing your assignments. So it just really depends on you being able to get an incentive to make sure that you can actually get all your assignments done. And so, finally, for our very last point of number 10, use the 2-to-1 ratio, where you have 2 current assignments to every single missing assignment. For every 2 assignments you work on 1 missing assignment. This will keep you caught up on your current assignments along with keeping up with your missing assignments. It's really hard if you get behind by working on your missing assignments only to miss out on your current ones. So you're just basically staying on top of your classes while knocking out what you've missed.
Exactly. And that concludes our top 10 ways of staying on top of your assignments. If you want more of Brown and Workman Shenanigans, or if you want any news articles, regular opinion articles, feature articles, or just want to stay caught up with the school drama, go to umathunderbirds.com for more fun things.
Woo!
This has been the first episode of Brown and Workman Shenanigans. With that being said, on to the bloopers.
Organize your classes with priority. Then Guys!
Oh my god! Where's the mouse? There it is.